Hey guys, what's up? Happy New Year. For all of you that celebrate New Year in the top of the year. Welcome to another episode of Today's Wellness with your girl Dailande. It feels good. The energy feels good. Hey guys, so if you're new to the channel, definitely hit that subscribe button, okay, and follow along. These are going to be some videos and some conversations and topics about wellness, Reiki, chakra healing, and some basic life lessons and stuff that I've learned throughout my entire life thus far, right? And one of the major life lessons is about projection, bruh. Projection is basically when someone else puts their fears of themselves, they project their thoughts and their ideas of themselves onto you. And anyone can do this to you. Your children can do this to you, your mate, your parents, your friends, like anyone can do this to you. And it's really challenging when that happens, because unless you are emotionally grounded and secure in yourself, you won't really know how to differentiate yourself from that other person. It's almost like you have to create a shield, right? Projection is not healthy. Projection is not something that a lot of people are even aware of, okay? So this is why it could also be very dangerous. I've been in several situations where other people would project their fears onto me, possibly because they can't do a certain type of task, or they can't operate the way that you do in your life. Maybe they see you doing certain things that they wish they could do for themselves. So they might tell you, don't do this, don't do that, or give you advice that really supports their beliefs and not support you. So then you're kind of like stuck in between, trying to decipher if the way that you feel is really the way that you feel, or is it the way that someone else feels? And you don't even know that. Some people don't even get to the thought of, is it someone else projecting their ideas on me? If you suffer from a lot of low self-esteem or low energy or negative self-talk or anything like that, you're very susceptible to other people's projections, because you can't seem to differentiate the two between you and the other person. And like I said, a lot of people don't even consider that there's other people's projections rolling all over in their minds, okay? If you ever felt like you wanted to do something, but then other people tell you, oh, don't do this, do that. Instead, you should really be careful, or this might not work out for you, or I think you should do this instead. And you're feeling like you strongly believe you could do something. Now, it's a 50-50 balance. You sometimes do want to listen to certain type of advice because the person may have experience, or maybe they're giving you a different route of going through things because they've gone through it a certain way and they kind of know the ins and outs. But it's another thing to put your complete faith into someone else. You're kind of like living for someone else when you are your own entity, you are your own being. And it's not to say you don't want any advice, or you don't want to take anyone's advice, or you want to shun somebody's advice. It's just more so you want to develop that inner intuition for yourself. And if you make a mistake, you make a mistake. You get to own up to it and fix that. But if you make a mistake based on what someone else told you, it's going to feel even worse, because you allowed yourself to take on that person's mindset or theory or ideology or perception about whatever it is you were trying to do. You didn't even go according to what it is that you wanted to do. And 9 times out of 10, what you wanted to do, at least it would have been your own choice. Projection can be very dangerous, especially, again, if you don't have a sense of self. And one way that you can slow that down, or at least stop the process, or be more clear about what's going on when it comes to projection, is always remind yourself where you are. Look at your surroundings. Who are you? Is this something that you're in agreement with? Are those thoughts and ideas or something that you really want to do, you really support? And if it's not, where did you hear it from? Was it a loved one? Did you ask somebody for advice and now their perception or ideas is running rampant in your head and you have yet to sit down with yourself. You want to create a certain type of bioelectric field around yourself, which we all have already. When you're able to control your emotions, you're able to differentiate between other people's emotions and your own. And when you can do that, you can, one, not be manipulated so easily. And two, any type of risk that you take will be solely on you. So whatever results that come about, you'll know how to better be equipped with the choices that you make by the signs and signals that you've encountered, because you've experienced it. You made the choice for yourself. So when people start to project towards you, you're able to be like, well, you know, that's not how I feel. That's not something I truly agree with, or I understand it and I respect that concept, but it's not something that I want to do, you know. Or let's say, have you ever this is real. Have you ever did something, you went out with someone, right? And they started telling you a whole bunch of things about their life. And next thing you know, when you get back home, you're either tired or drained, or your head hurts, or you don't feel good, you have a stomach ache, or you have some type of self-esteem or anxiety, or all of a sudden you just feel tired, or you're just depressed, right? And it's usually not because of you. You have to really think, like, why am I depressed? Why am I anxious? What's going on? Where am I? I'm safe. I'm surrounded by four corners. I'm in my car. I'm in a house. I'm in my apartment, in my condo. I'm at the park. Like, you have to assess where you are and then remind yourself of who you are. When you're able to do that, then you could really progress and really decide, well, these are my emotions, so where are they? One thing that I've learned about thoughts is that we have thoughts. We are not our thoughts, though. We have thoughts, but we are not our thoughts. So that means we have more control over the things that we start to look at as if they are us. We don't definitely want to define our thoughts as who we are. We could have negative thoughts all we want. Somebody said something to you, you heard something, but those thoughts are not you. It's easier to just let it. It's not easier. Let me rephrase that, because it's not easier. It's easier to take in those information as if it's you, but it'll serve you better to really just allow those thoughts to pass. Just observe them and analyze them and really realize, like, yo, are these my thoughts, or is this somebody else's thoughts? So that way you could be able to hear that inner voice again, because other people's voices are crowding your judgment, because that's all you're hearing in your head. Okay? So the next time someone is projecting onto you, always ask yourself, one, is this how I truly feel? Two, where is this source of feeling coming from? Why do I feel this way? And then when you realize if it's you or if it's not you, then you start to find out, you ask yourself your question, the third question, who did it come from? Or where did it come from? And when you have an answer for that, now you could easily take away that projection, return it to sender, and get back to your own state. Get back to the anchored state of you. Okay? So these are just some tools that I've learned that is very powerful, because these kind of choices and projections can really derail you. They could derail you in the choices that you want to make in your life, and the ideas that you have, the things you want to start, the adventure you want to experience, all because somebody else is crowding your judgment, is crowding your mind. So to speak, they're paying rent-free in your mind, okay? They're living rent-free in your mind, okay? So take this in, and the next time you ever feel some type of projection, just ask yourself those questions. Really observe the thoughts and not identify it as you. We are not our thoughts. We have thoughts, but we are not our thoughts. Okay? All right, guys. I hope you guys really, truly enjoyed this video. Happy New Year. For some of you that, again, celebrates right now, I like to celebrate more in March because I feel like it's spring. I love the summer. I love the spring. It's like the new beginnings, the growth of everything represents like more of a new year for me. But I'm not trying to project onto you whatever it is that you want to believe. I honor it and I respect it. Okay, if you guys would like to know more information about me, visit the website www.todaiswellness.com. Right there. I am also a Reiki practitioner, and I have a few other services that I offer on there. And as of 2023, I have launched my Root Chakra course class. You guys can check that out at the Today's Wellness Academy tab on the website. Okay, it's a great price right now. Take advantage. So are the services, as our sale price for 2023. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.